welcome to my channel, and in this video I am going to show you how to make this very little simple donut, or a little fidget donut that you can play with. Of course, you can put whatever filling or what you want on the inside. It says this one has a marble in it to push around. So without further ado, let us show you how to make this little donut. All right, to make my small fidget donut, I'm using a size G hook and some scrap yarn. This is a size 4-weight yarn, but you can adjust yarn and hook size for your needs. But anyway, we're going to start out with a chain of 18. Okay, I have my chain of 18. I'm just going to slip stitch with the first stitch. It might be better to work in the back hump for this, for sewing later on. Okay. Though not necessary, but I think it'll be easier to sew if we are going to work in the back hump of our chain. I'm just going to chain one, and we're going to do 2 more single crochets into that back hump. Yeah, I know working in the back hump is a challenge. We are going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2. Stitches right there. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and we are just going to repeat this around till we get back to the beginning. All right, I just finished up my round doing 2 single crochets in 1 stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 2. I did work in, like this, the back lumps to give this edge to make it probably easier to sew up later, but it is not 100% necessary. At this point, we are going to be working in continuous rounds. So if we can see, we're gonna work in the first stitch, which is that one. So we're gonna skip, looks like these 2 little loops, and the first stitch is right here. So in here, we are going to do 2 single crochets. And we might want to mark the first stitch, which I don't have a stitch marker handy. So I'm going to use my tail to mark my first stitch. So we're going to repeat what we did last round. We did 2 single crochets in this stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, or 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So you're going to repeat that around for this row. Okay, now found a stitch marker. I have reached the end of my row. Now what we're going to do is 2 rows, 2 of single crochet evenly in each single crochet. Alright, so I will get back with you when I have completed 2 rows of single crochet evenly around. Okay, now I have done my 2 rounds of single crochet even around. It is time to do the decrease rounds. So we're going to start out by doing 2 single crochets together. So to make it more invisible, we would put the hook in the first loop and only the front loop. Put the hook in the next front loop, yarn over and do a single crochet like normal. I'm going to put my marker back. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches and do a single crochet 2 together, just putting the hook in the front loops of the next 2, yarning over and doing a single crochet together and a single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and you are going to repeat that until the end of the row. Okay, I am at the end of the row, and for our final row we're going to just repeat what we just did. Single crochet 2 together, and 1 single crochet into the next 2 single crochets, and then we're going to repeat that around. Okay, we are at the final round, and pretty much our donut is done except for sewing up the middle, which could be probably one of the harder parts of this donut. So what we're going to do now is slip stitch with the next stitch and cut a tail long enough for sewing. I think I cut a way long tail. Okay, I think I left a pretty long tail. So what you stuff your donut with is up to you. This one has just a marble in it. I just have a marble in here. And you just push the marble around. This one, I don't know if it's not very low, but I just got scraps plastic bag in this one. This one I just use, what I'm going to do for this one is scrap yarn, and that went into this donut. So what you want to pretty much do is I just whip stitch it. I guess this is why it was helpful to go through the back hump, because you have the opposite stitch you can sew this through. And sew it through, but you're going to have to start kind of stuffing. I think this is what's the hardest part. You're just going to have to stuff this as we go. Yeah, and the scrap yarn says I'm using bits and pieces of scrap yarn for my stuffing for my donut. Like I said, this could be the hard part. And I'm just whip stitching from your stitch from one side to the other side. Do a few stitches and then stuff it as we go. And that's it. We're just going to whip stitch the two ends together and stuff as we go. Okay, we're still sewing up our ends here. Sewing them up and adding our stuffing as we go. As we go. All right, after you have sewed your seam all the way around, just finish it off. Make sure it is well, and this seam is well finished off. I might put the tailor on a couple times and then find a place to finish it off and cut it off, and there is your little fidget donut. I don't know, all these little bits of scrap yarn you can see make it stay through. Almost gives it a birthday cake vibe, almost, depending on what color you put in it. But that is it for my little fidget donut, or little small donut. If you did like this tutorial, please give it a like. Want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. And I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.